Now on News 12, a gusty wind will howl through the entire region throughout the nighttime hours and in towards your Thursday. But how will that impact the temperatures in your neck of the woods? Towards midnight, 12:15, that line projected to possibly re-strengthen, although I think it'll continue to break down right here, right along parallel of the Dutchess and Ulster County borders, right along in towards, say, Rockland County, for instance. But right up ahead of that line, we have those gusts, 40, 50 plus miles per hour. Those gusts will be stronger down towards the sound. Temperatures this time frame, close to 60 degrees, really helping to melt that snowpack. We're going in towards the 3 o'clock hour. That line is pushing eastward. Winds are backing on down as colder, drier air comes racing on in. Your Wednesday morning commute will certainly be drier, still have some breezy winds as this system is pulling away from us. That's why we have to keep an eye on the road conditions, those walkway conditions. We have Jade Nash out there in Thunderbolt 12. Jade, how does the icy buildup look out there in Mount Vernon?
Yeah, right.
I was growing up, and I think a couple times I got 10. I got like more than one coming out at once.
Ooh, yeah, double.
Yeah, the bigger
Double the
teeth.
pain,
Double
the money.
Especially if the parents like yanked it out with like the shoestring on the door. Like,
That or an
Yeah.
apple.
Wow.
Did the
How was
shoestring
Addison
apple.
raised?
yeah. So we saw the storm system move in between about 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning. At 7:30, it caused those straight line wind damages to be occurring right there in the Greenwood Lake area in Orange County. Thunderstorm wind damage was reported around 7:30. Initially, it could have been a tornado or it could have been a microburst, but National Weather Service went out there and said we had straight line winds, strong winds come down and cause that damage. Also, what came down, I have a look at your forecast coming up in exactly 2 minutes, so stick around. I'm not going anywhere. Today, they confirmed that we did have a tornado touching down just southeast of Norfolk and making its way towards a northeasterly direction just south of Colebrook, where it was on the ground for about 5 miles. And this was officially ranked an EF0 tornado. I don't have cooler socks, though, so I got to put that on the wish list. But definitely, guys, wish has been granted. Weekend weather, amazing. And in fact, let's go ahead and stretch that glorious weather all throughout that 10-day forecast. You see this one storm right here underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. It is moving away from the Haverstraw area down to the south and east at about 10 miles per hour. It's producing inch-sized hailstones as well.
At least the sun, if it's out, you know, it could help in some way, and you could kind of warm up with that jacket. But how's it going to look?
It's definitely going to be a little bit of a kind of like a shivered moment out there for Kita, for both
Yeah.
the people coming out of the water and those watching them on the side. Well, it's all based on the steering current and how we'll have an area of low pressure aloft and a trough digging down across the east coast, high pressure and a ridge through the east, trying to steer that system. It's just a question of where it will go as it makes its way through the waters of the western Atlantic. It could threaten portions of the east coast or get steered out to sea. But either way, we'll still be dealing with some rough waves through much of next week.
With that weather, lots of us getting that weekend started already. What is that forecast that you're promising, Addison?
Nikita, we have waited all week for the delightful news to come our way and happy to deliver it as we move on in towards the weekend and the upcoming first full week of February. We're going to be talking about how we're going to have brighter skies and drier air coming our way. Still will be some breezy winds from time to time, but that is the least of our concerns because we are thankfully getting away from that layer of clouds that was hanging around for the past about 8 to 9 days. And while we're moving on in through a sunny stretch of days, we're going to be seeing those temperatures moving on upward as well. And here to show you that, yeah, this is proof in the pudding, so to speak. We're talking about pretty much bone dry conditions coming our way the next several days to come. You can even carry that into next Friday's time frame. So let's talk about how we have not one, but 2 picks of the week coming on up. First one's coming up this Sunday, 44 degrees, sunny and breezy from time to time. Great time to wash that car, get some of that salt that's probably built up over the past several weeks off your car. And then going towards next Friday, temperatures flirting with 50 degrees. It's going to be partly cloudy and breezy, but it's going to feel more like late March as opposed to early February. So out and about, we do have overcast to mostly cloudy skies. We're watching those temperatures slowly descend on down to the 30s in several spots. You see a few flakes right there in the Catskills, and thankfully, that is where they are fading away. Bigger picture shows you what's going on. Cold fronts pulling away from us. Dry Canadian air is funneling on in behind it, and that high pressure system will stick around for not just 1, not 2, but 5 to 6 days coming up through our stretch of weather right here in the Hudson Valley. So later on tonight, 10 o'clock, we have this northeasterly breeze coming on down, temperatures around 32 degrees. Then in towards the morning hours on your Saturday, still some breezy winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusts towards 20. We'll go on in from Saturday morning to Saturday afternoon, lots of sun shining on down, temperatures in the mid to upper 30s, and then fast forward in towards perhaps brunch time on Sunday, a little bit less wind in the morning hours, but we'll watch those winds pick up through the day, and temperatures definitely feeling much better when you're standing in that sun, which will pretty much be around for everyone. So here we are looking out through that 10-day forecast. Dry conditions, no showers coming our way until perhaps maybe next Saturday at best.